What if Porsche's story didn't start with speed, but with a single hand-built car in 1948? From 40 horsepower to AI-driven electric supercars. This is the Porsche Car Evolution, from 1948 to 2040. Origins: the birth of Porsche, 1948 to 1954. It all began in June 1948 in a converted sawmill tucked away in Gmünd, Austria. In the shadow of World War II, resources were scarce, materials limited, and the future uncertain. Yet in that modest setting, Ferdinand Ferry Porsche, son of Ferdinand Porsche, the famed automotive engineer, set out to build something extraordinary. He wasn't chasing mass production or global recognition. He simply wanted a car he couldn't find anywhere else. Lightweight, agile, beautifully designed, and thrilling to drive. That vision took shape in the form of the Porsche 356/1, a handcrafted roadster built with an aluminum body and powered by a 1.1-liter flat-4 engine derived from the Volkswagen Beetle. It produced just 40 horsepower, but thanks to its featherlight frame, only around 585 kilograms, it moved with grace and energy. More than a car, the 356/1 was a declaration of intent. It introduced design cues and engineering principles that would echo through every Porsche to come: simplicity, performance, and a focus on the driver. Later that same year, Ferry moved production to Zuffenhausen, Germany, and refined the design into the Porsche 356, now as both coupe and cabriolet. Though early models borrowed components from Volkswagen, by the mid-1950s Porsche had begun building its own engines, improving both performance and reliability. Each refinement sharpened the car's identity. By 1965, production of the 356 had reached over 76,000 units. More importantly, it had cultivated a passionate following, drivers who weren't just buying a car but joining a movement. Porsche had arrived. A new legend rises. Enter the 911, 1964 to 1974. In 1964, Porsche introduced a car that would define not just the brand, but an entire category of performance vehicles: the Porsche 911. Originally unveiled as the 901 at the Frankfurt Motor Show, the name was quickly changed to 911, after Peugeot claimed rights to model names with a zero in the middle. But what mattered wasn't the badge, it was the machine behind it. With its now iconic silhouette, air-cooled, flat-six engine, mounted at the rear, and a driving feel unlike anything else on the road, the 911 stood out from the very start. It wasn't just a sports car, it was a statement. Porsche refined the 911 almost immediately. In 1966, the 911S introduced a higher performance version with 160 horsepower and forged Fuchs alloy wheels that would become legendary in their own right. The car wasn't just powerful, it was nimble, responsive, and utterly engaging. Then came 1973, and with it, the arrival of the 911 Turbo, internally known as the 930. It brought turbocharging to the 911 line along with blistering acceleration and wider rear fenders to house its massive tires. It was raw, wild, and unforgettable. Porsche didn't stop innovating. In 1983, they introduced the first 911 Cabriolet, giving open-top thrills to drivers without compromising the performance DNA. And by 1990, the Carrera 4 added all-wheel drive, improving handling and opening up new levels of driver confidence. In less than 3 decades, the 911 evolved from a bold experiment into a global icon, one that would only continue to grow in legend. Expansion and experimentation, 1970s to 1990s. During the 1970s and 1980s, Porsche ventured beyond its rear-engine roots to explore new segments and broaden its appeal. In 1970, the 914 was introduced, a compact mid-engine sports car developed in partnership with Volkswagen. With a Targa top, simple mechanics, and a lower price point, the 914 was accessible and fun, though it struggled to capture the purist Porsche audience and was often seen as an outlier in the brand's lineup. Then came the 924 in 1976, Porsche's first production car with a front-engine, rear-wheel drive layout, powered by a 4-cylinder engine and built with affordability in mind. It marked a significant engineering departure. 2 years later, Porsche went further with the 928, a bold grand tour featuring the brand's first V8 engine. With luxurious appointments and futuristic styling, it was intended to eventually replace the 911. But enthusiasts never let that happen. Throughout the 1980s and early 90s, the 944 and later 968 refined the front engine concept with better handling, improved design, and accessible pricing. Still, these models couldn't match the enduring magnetism of the 911. By 1995, Porsche discontinued both the 928 and 968, redirecting its focus back to its roots and preparing to launch a new mid-engine icon, the Boxster, which would arrive in 1997 and usher in a new era of Porsche sports cars. At the same time, Porsche's racing pedigree soared. The Porsche 917, introduced in 1969 with a flat 12 engine, claimed the brand's first overall victories at Le Mans in 1970 and 1971. Its development culminated in the twin-turbo 917/30, dominating Can-Am races in the early. In the 1980s, the 956 prototype racing car and later 962 wove Porsche into Group C glory. Stefan Belloff's 611 Nordschleife lap in 1983 remained unbroken for 35 years. Technology trailblazing, the 959 and beyond, 1986 to 2000s. In 1986, Porsche introduced a machine so advanced it felt like it had arrived from the future, the Porsche 959. Born from Porsche's ambition to dominate Group B rally racing, the 959 was a technological marvel. It featured a twin-turbocharged 2.85-liter flat-six engine, producing around 450 PS, 444 horsepower, making it the fastest street-legal production car in the world at the time, with a top speed of 197 miles per hour. But it wasn't just the speed that set it apart, it was the technology underneath. The 959 introduced an advanced all-wheel drive system with electronic torque distribution, active suspension, and lightweight Kevlar-reinforced body panels. It set the stage for the all-wheel drive systems that would later become standard on the 911 Turbo and beyond. Decades later, Porsche once again shocked the world with the release of the 918 Spyder in 2013 to 2014. As a plug-in hybrid hypercar, the 918 combined a naturally aspirated 4.6-liter V8 engine with two electric motors for a combined output of 887 horsepower. It could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 2.5 seconds and lap the Nürburgring in under 7 minutes. A mind-bending feat for a car with battery cells. Beyond performance, the 918 Spyder showcased Porsche's commitment to sustainable innovation, proving that hybrid technology didn't have to compromise driving thrill. It stood as a bridge between the old world of high-octane power and the new frontier of electrified performance, and it quietly redefined what the future of a supercar could and should be. Modern era, SUVs, hybrids, and electrification, 2000s to 2025. As Porsche entered the 21st century, it made bold moves that expanded its identity while staying true to its performance roots. The launch of the Cayenne in 2002 marked Porsche's entry into the SUV market, a move that was initially controversial among purists, but proved incredibly successful. It combined off-road capability with sports car dynamics, bringing Porsche performance to an entirely new category. Then in 2009, Porsche introduced the Panamera, a sleek four-door Grand Tourer that delivered luxury, practicality, and thrilling speed in one ambitious package. But perhaps the most transformative shift came with electrification. In 2015, Porsche unveiled the Mission E concept, a bold vision of an electric future. That vision became reality in 2019 with the launch of the Taycan, Porsche's first fully electric sports sedan. With instant torque, precise handling, and a design language rooted in Porsche tradition, the Taycan proved that EVs could deliver true driving excitement. By 2024, Porsche had unveiled refreshed 2025 Taycan models, offering more range, faster charging, and even sharper performance. Looking ahead, Porsche has committed to a major transformation. By 2030, over 80% of its sales will be electric. Electric versions of the Macan, Boxster, and Cayman are all in development, each promising to carry forward the Porsche spirit into the zero-emissions era. Concepts and visions. What comes next? 2023 to 2040. In June 2023, during its 75th anniversary celebrations, Porsche pulled the wraps off a concept that sent shockwaves through the automotive world, the Mission X. This was no ordinary prototype, it was a full-blown declaration of Porsche's future, a pure electric hypercar. The Mission X was sculpted to be a technological showcase and a spiritual successor to the legendary 918 Spyder. But this wasn't just about honoring legacy, it was about eclipsing it. The Mission X was built with a singular goal in mind: to become the fastest road-legal car on the Nürburgring Nordschleife, the ultimate proving ground for performance. And on paper, it looked like it had the potential to do just that. With a projected 1-to-1 power-to-weight ratio, a 900-volt electrical system for ultra-fast charging, and a lightweight carbon fiber monocoque chassis, the Mission X pushed the limits of what an electric car could be. Its scissor doors, inspired by Le Mans racers, added drama, while its aerodynamic architecture was purpose-built for speed and stability at high velocity. But the Mission X wasn't just about numbers, it was a design statement. Its proportions echoed the silhouette of the original 356, while futuristic lighting, sculpted air channels, and minimalist interior design pointed toward the next chapter of Porsche's design language. Everything about the Mission X, from its stance to its engineering, shouted performance, but it also whispered heritage. With the Mission X, Porsche made it clear, the electric era doesn't mean compromise, it means evolution. This concept is more than a glimpse of what's next. It's a symbol of Porsche's belief that its future can be faster, cleaner, and even more thrilling than its past. If the Mission X becomes reality, it will do more than break records. It will redefine them. A narrative arc, from one prototype to electric legends. Imagine weaving the tale from the very beginning, when in 1948, A small group of engineers led by Ferry Porsche crafted a lightweight aluminum roadster in a dimly lit Austrian sawmill. Wartime scars still fresh, resources scarce, yet the ambition was clear. To build a car that didn't exist, one that captured freedom, precision, and emotion in a single machine. That car, the Porsche 356/1, became the spark that ignited a legacy. Follow this group as they transformed a humble roadster into a legend. Watch the 356 evolve into a competitive racing machine, dominating hill climbs and endurance events. It earned Porsche its first class wins at Le Mans in the early 1950s. Then enter the next act, the birth of the 911 in 1964. A design revolution, a mechanical gamble, and an icon that would defy time. Its flat-six engine, rear-mounted, defied convention. Its silhouette became immortal. Then came adaptation. The 1970s and 80s brought change. Front-engine models like the 924, 944, and 928 explored new markets. The Cayenne SUV and Panamera sedan shocked purists, but saved the company. Hybrids like the 918 Spider proved eco-conscious could still mean exhilarating. And throughout it all, Porsche's racing spirit never dimmed. From the thunderous 917 to the space-age 959, Porsche didn't just build road cars, it built history. Now enter the electric age. With the Taycan, Mission X, and an electrified lineup on the horizon, Porsche once again reinvents itself, not by forgetting its past, but by evolving it. The tools may change, the energy source may be different, but the mission remains the same. Build the ultimate driver's car. From candlelit workshops to digitally engineered hypercars, Porsche's story is one of relentless transformation, and it's only getting started. Engagement beats boredom. Use human stories. Ferry Porsche's determination. Racers mastering Nürburgring. The tension of Le Mans under nightlights. Designers sketching the Mission X in a century celebration show. Build through stakes. From survival post-war to brand identity. From adaptation to VW parts to autonomous engine design, from racing glory to electrifying the future. Offer surprises, how the VW Beetle links to Porsche origins, the hidden warehouse of prototypes, 550 Spider, 597 Jagdwagen, 984 Roadster, seldom seen by the public, foretelling 2040 Porsche's vision of the next chapter. As we approach the year 2040, Porsche stands on the edge of another transformation, one that fuses performance heritage with future-focused technology. The road ahead is fully electrified. The Taycan already leads the charge, but it's just the beginning. Porsche has committed to electrifying nearly its entire lineup. The Macan EV and Cayman EV are all in advanced stages of development. Even the sacred 911, long preserved as a rear-engine, gas-powered icon, will likely adopt a hybrid or alternative fuel form, delicately balancing tradition with environmental responsibility. The Mission X, or whatever evolutionary successor it inspires, is set to become Porsche's technological halo. Its target? Claim the title of fastest road-legal car on the Nürburgring, setting new standards for electric performance. But beyond lap times and top speeds, Porsche's 2040 vision is holistic, reshaping how cars are built, driven, and experienced. We'll see ultra-lightweight electric platforms shaped with carbon-intensive composites and aerodynamic precision, equally at home on racetracks and mountain roads. Advanced autonomy and connected systems will enhance driving, not replace it, offering real-time telemetry, adaptive dynamics, and even driver coaching rooted in motorsport data. For purists, Porsche won't abandon internal combustion entirely. Synthetic fuels and innovative hybrid systems will keep the soul of the 911 alive even as emissions laws tighten. Porsche will also become a beacon of sustainability through circular manufacturing, recycled materials, carbon-neutral plants, and battery ecosystems designed for second-life reuse. In short, by 2040, Porsche won't just be keeping pace with the future, it will be defining it. Performance, innovation, and craftsmanship will remain the core pillars, only now expressed through the electric pulse of progress. This isn't a departure from what Porsche has always been. It's an evolution of everything it was ever meant to be. And with the future plans. By 2040, Porsche doesn't just celebrate a legacy. It redefines what legacy means in the age of electrification. The Mission X, once a concept, becomes a fully realized road-legal hypercar, proving that zero-emission performance can still leave tire marks on history. From the nimble Boxster to the versatile Macan, every Porsche model either runs purely on electric power or blends it seamlessly through advanced hybrid systems. Even as the automotive world shifts around it, Porsche remains at the forefront, still racing, still winning. Now with cars powered not by fuel alone, but by vision. From the candlelit birth of the 356/1 in 1948 to the thunderous silence of electric hypercars lapping the Nürburgring in 2040, Porsche's story is a journey fueled by human ambition, engineering brilliance, and unwavering passion. Through wars, oil crises, regulatory revolutions, and now climate urgency, Porsche has never stopped chasing one idea: that a car can be more than transportation. It can be an experience that shapes the future.